Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of BigRobsVan. If you are familiar with my van, you know nothing is easy. Before starting off on today's adventure, I discovered that the van's battery was completely dead. So all I was going to do is charge the battery first, but it would not take a charge. So now it's time to change the battery. And I got to tell you, nothing's ever easy on this van. I went to loosen the post so I could remove the battery and discovered that the positive battery cable had completely corroded through. I also did use a battery tester, and this battery is dead, so I have two problems. So that meant a trip to O'Reilly's, which is all things considered a pretty easy solution. You take in your old battery, you put it on a counter, a guy looks on the computer and looks up what battery you need, and then you give him a credit card, and $250 later, you leave O'Reilly's with a new battery for your van. My wife was a huge help with this project. We had to replace the positive battery cable, which was pretty easy. We dropped the battery in, we got everything taped up with electrical tape, we got the bolt put in, and now the van will start, and we can get started with today's episode of Big Rob's Van.
Big Rob's van is cruising down the old dirt road with the engine.
Hello, friends of the channel. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Rob. This is Big Rob's Van. This is Big Rob's winter beard that I don't know if I'm going to shave off or keep. I don't know. If you can hear voices around us or honking or car doors, that is because we are parked at a movie theater tonight. Now, I decided, so my wife volunteers at a thing sometimes on the weekends, and so I am going on a mini road trip. Tonight is the first night of that road trip, and I have stopped in this area that I've talked about this in the past. I always think that a good idea for stealth camping is to kind of park in these places that are kind of difficult to tell whose property it is, whose territory it is. And so I'm right in the middle of, there's a Gold's Gym, not like in the next parking lot over. There's a couple of businesses here. Right here we are in a movie theater parking lot, and then right next door there's a Mexican restaurant. And so I decided that I would treat myself to dinner and a movie tonight. So that is the plan. I'm getting ready to purchase some tickets to go see, or ticket to go see Wicked tonight. This is opening weekend for Wicked. So I'm going to go get a ticket for that, and then after I see the movie, we're going to go next door over to this Mexican restaurant, and then I'm going to find a spot somewhere around here in this parking lot to camp for the night. So that's the goal of today's video. Here's what I would say at the moment right now. Let me think of a way. I never plan these out. I never plan any of this. This is always just open rambling. There's so many people in this parking lot. I'm so afraid. I don't know why I'm so afraid. I'm always afraid somebody's going to hear me. Like, people, they're going to be like, is there somebody in a... You hear them? So annoying. And then the parking lot for this movie theater is so big that I've heard people just honking their horns over and over because they're trying to find their cars. So they just honk, and then eventually you hear them go, oh, there it is. They come. Anyway, here's what I was going to say is that when I was in 7th grade, I had a science teacher who did a vocabulary word of the week. And so she would give us the word at the beginning of the week, and then we would have to look it up on our own in the dictionary and use it throughout the week. And then at the end of the week, we would have like a spelling test or some sort of vocabulary test, but that word would always be like a bonus. Like if you got that one, you got 5 bonus points. And there's a lot of words that I remember learning in 7th grade in Mrs. Wolf's class that have stuck with me throughout the years. That was the year I learned what the word dilapidated meant. I think I learned obtuse that was one of those. But one of the words that I learned through that vocabulary lesson was discombobulated, and that's a word that has stuck with me since 7th grade. And if I could describe the current state of me and the van and everything in here right now, I would say discombobulated. You know, I was kind of in a rush. Is it a bug or just a rust spot? It's not a bug. Squirrel. I was kind of in a rush, so I just threw everything in the van, and I lost something in the van. It's not really important, but it's magnetic, and so it fell, and I think it is stuck to a metal surface somewhere because I've searched the floor, so I've pulled everything out. So everything is torn up at the moment, and I'm trying an experiment tonight, and I could tell you it's already going to go poorly. So here's the experiment. If you've been following this channel, you know that I've had multiple iterations of my bed. I just keep stopping because I hear people walking by and talking. You know, I had the old bed, and the old bed, I originally had a firm foam mattress that was 24 inches wide. That was too firm. This is like the story of Goldilocks. And then I added a 3-inch semi-firm mattress on top of that, and that was the perfect comfort level, but it was too narrow. 24 inches was too narrow for Big Rob. And so, you know, I had kind of set up a thing where it was going to expand, but I never expanded it, so it doesn't matter, right? Something about making your final selection for the movies. Did you hear that? I better make sure that there's tickets available for the movie tonight. But anyway, anyway. So as I was saying, the bed has had multiple iterations, right? So we had the 24-inch width, we had the firm, which was too firm, we had the firm and the semi-firm, which was good, but it was still too narrow. Then I built a new bed. It is 30 inches wide right now instead of the 24 inches, so the width is perfect. And I put the I put the firm on the bottom. I did the exact same thing, and then I thought, you know what would just be perfect? Was if I went with a 4-inch semi-firm instead of a 3-inch semi-firm. Why did I do that? I don't know. I was just being greedy. I thought if 3 was good, the 4 would be better, right? Well, here's the problem. It now puts my head where it touches the ceiling, and I'm still planning on putting insulation on the top of the roof, so it's no good. It's no good. And so what I did tonight before leaving the house was I pulled out the 6-inch firm mattress, and I left it at home. So for the next 2 days, I'm going to be sleeping on just the 4-inch semi-firm, laying on top of the wood. Now, why is that a problem? Well, because I'm sitting on it right now, and I feel like I'm sitting on 2x4s, which I am. I literally, I could feel the wood underneath me. I could feel where the 2x4s are. Now, I did bring a black comforter because it's supposed to dip down into the high 30s tonight in here. So I've got a comforter, and I've got a flannel blanket, and I actually have a 0-degree sleeping bag, you know, if stuff got real, right? But I think what I'm going to do is lay the comforter on top of this as like a makeshift padding. I don't think it's going to add that much padding, and I don't know if you've ever done this. It's not like you're miserable. It's that fear that you're about to be miserable. That's where I am. I'm afraid that this is going to suck. Like, I feel the suckiness on my buttocks already. And I'm sure it's going to get worse. So anyway, I'm going to try to get out of this state of, what's the opposite of I don't know. Discombobulated, I'm going to try to undiscombobulate this area. That can't possibly be a word. And then, you know what I need to do is I need to get those movie tickets. So let's do that. I'm going to put this back together. We're going to get the movie tickets, and then do that. And then we're going to go eat some Mexican food, and it's going to be a good night. So here we go, everybody. What could possibly go wrong? This would have been so much easier to do at the house. The doors open. You know, one of the things that I constantly learn is that sometimes when you don't want to do something, you go, I'll do it later. And then when you do it later, it sucks. And it turns out you should have done it earlier than that. All right, we are slightly more combobulated than we were. Stupid. I gotta get off that. So the movies are sold out. The last movie starts in 10 minutes and they're already sold out. So I will not be having... I will have dinner and a movie. Okay, if you remember, where is it? In the last video, I showed some things that I purchased off of Amazon, and one of them was a brand new TV antenna. So let's hook that up, and we'll watch a movie that way in the movie parking lot. Be cheaper for sure. I've got my own snacks too. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so for this test, I'm literally just going to set the antenna over there. This is not going to get us by far the best performance, but we're going to do that temporarily. Now, let's flip this up and let's turn on the TV and give it a test. Just so you can see what's going on here. On the television now, I've turned on the television, I've gone to the tuner, I went to where you pick your channels, as you can see right here, and I'm doing an automatic scan, and now we're doing a automatic scan, so it's using the antenna to find television channels. Now this process usually takes between 5 or 10 minutes, and what we will see here is as this is the progress meter. You can see it's at 3%, 4%, and you'll see it go in chunks. Like right now it says 8 channels found, and it's at 5%. So as this, like I said, as this scan progresses, you'll see more and more channels appear. Boy, these lights are so annoying. When I change channels on the TV, it changes the color of the lights. The Roku remote does the same thing. So the TV scan right now is at 30%, and it has found 20 channels so far. Again, this setup that I have is literally the worst case scenario you could possibly have. I have the antenna inside a metal van. So I'll do a review. I'll do another scan later on. I'll put the antenna outside and we'll take a look and see what the difference is. But yeah, we're just going to let it scan now and see how it progresses. So as you can see, again, I set this up with the world's worst possible configuration, right? Like the antenna is in the van. You know, this is the worst possible case scenario. And as you can see, we are getting crystal clear television. In fact, we're getting Sunday Night Football right now for free. Right? Like, I'm not paying for anything here. This is just being broadcast on, what is it, NBC, I guess, tonight, is Sunday Night Football. And this will probably drive the, no, my lights won't flash too crazily, but I mean, as we can see here, we could go through and flip through channels, and of course, you know, let's see, what is this, true crime. You know, this is not going to be the same as cable, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get different pay channels and stuff like that. You're going to get stuff that's free to broadcast. The thing I always say to my wife is, like, when you go to the dentist or the doctor and they have all those weird TV channels in the waiting room, you know, like Rio and Grit TV, and this is something showing Pawn Stars and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff you're going to get, but that's fine. And what's the selling point of this? Well, the selling point is, I mean, here's the thing. I have, you know, my laptop, I have my phone, I have all these things. So I have access to be able to stream stuff, and I could even stream stuff to this television. Well, what happens when you don't have any bandwidth left for the month? Or what happens when you're in a place where you can't get signal? This thing, especially with the boosted channels and stuff like that, you know, this is going to be able to pick up television. I mean, I haven't gone out to the middle of the Mojave Desert and tried it, you know what I mean? But generally speaking, I mean, I would love, if you're way out in the middle of nowhere, I would love for you to pick one of these up and let me know if it works. But for me, man, this is great. I mean, it is literally free television. Well, you know what? Since I'm going to watch a movie in, I decided, why not have dinner in as well? This is what you guys have been asking for. You're like, Rob, how come you're not doing real cooking? How come you're always eating McDonald's and stuff? So you know what? This is there's going to be many firsts in this attempt. So let me tell you what we've got. What I found in the fridge. I was digging through the fridge and I found the only thing in my fridge. Don't believe those Vanlife people when they're like, oh, I don't know what's in my fridge. Everybody knows exactly what's in their fridge. But I did have this. This is a dehydrated chicken fajita meal. I've never made my own dehydrated meal. I've never done this. And if you'll recall, in the last video, I showed that I purchased this, the red kettle for heating water. I've never used it. There's a base to it. This is the base. There is a on-off switch somewhere. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, we're at 95%. We're drawing not very much watts at all. Okay, that's going to plug in there. I don't see, I mean, I guess it's somehow magically that goes through that and gets to this. I don't like that this is kind of not very stable, which is not probably the best idea for hot boiling water. But you know, we live on the edge. We live on the edge here in Big Rob's van. That's what we like to do. I don't like to live on the edge that much. Okay. The other one I had just had a tab that you hit on the back. This does have instructions somewhere, but we're not going to resort to that just yet. But I don't see an obvious switch. This is how full it gets, but I believe this says there's an advertisement, there's seasoning, there's nutrition. Who cares? Okay. Open package at tear notch. We can do that. Remove and discard. Okay. Oxygen absorber. Oh, okay, that's good. Carefully add 1.5 cups of boiling water to pouch. Stir carefully and reseal package. Wait 5 minutes. Open package. Stir and reseal. Let sit for an additional 4 minutes. I don't like that it's 5 and 4. I'm going to say 5 and 5. I'm going to make up my own. Since this is the first time doing it, I feel like I know more than the instructions that are on here. I'll do 5 and 4. I'll do 5 and 4. Okay. So 12 ounces of water. Well, 12 ounces of boiling water. We don't need to open this just yet. We'll set that here. And here is how we're going to do that. This opens like that. Mint in the box. Never opened. Okay. Cup and a half. Wait, it says 12. What is that, 16? I guess I could measure. This feels like a word puzzle that my math teacher would have been super proud. If you add 8 ounces and 4 ounces. Okay, so I didn't fill those like all the way to the top because I was afraid of spilling it. So, all right. So, Dollar Tree wins again. All right, there's all our measured cups. Shouldn't need those anymore. Okay, now let's close this up and put it on here. And I mean, there's no signs of life. There's got to be just a little switch somewhere. Yeah, I do have 12. Oh, wait. Is that it? That's it. That flips up. I'll turn it like that so you could see it. Oh, okay. I don't need to do it yet. This is not the best plate in the world for doing this. Oh, well, I don't need a timer yet. I have tortillas, and I'm going to heat the tortillas in the microwave. So part of this will be in the microwave, sue me. Also, oh, I got those chips. Okay, how do I know when this is boiling? Oh, I can hear it. It's boiling. That sounds like it's boiling to me. I wasn't ready for it to happen that fast. That's super fast. 5 stars. Turn off. Mayday. I forgot what the switch was. Oh, now I hear it boiling. Before it was just kind of steamy. I mean, who knew that this would be the point of failure? Oh, it turned itself off. It turned itself off. Okay. Panic. I know I don't talk about the color scheme. Red kettle, red pillows, red plate, red knife. Okay. Okay. Probably not supposed to do that, but here on BigRobsVan we wing it sometimes. Okay. Now we're gonna take the super hot water. Oh. Okay. Seems like it'd make more sense if I poured it directly towards me. That seems more dangerous. Okay. I mean, it's hot. It probably needs to sit somewhere and cool off a minute. Maybe on that. So it doesn't burn the wood. All right, you know what? Let's unplug that. I should have checked to see. You know what we'll do? I may cook something else. Let's check the battery. Battery's at 93%. That took, oh, Jesus. God, I'm messing up my fajitas. Seal. With a kiss of a rose. It's a wrong seal. Okay. It's a comedy. Come for the camp and stay for the comedy. Okay. Hey, Siri. Mm-hmm. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Okay, we got a timer going. That's good. Now, while this is, oh, I didn't stir it. Oh, Jesus. If I reopen it, do I have a spoon? Let's screw this up over here. Straight Stir, 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 stir. Okay. Oh, that's just pretty good. Why did I wait 10 minutes? Tastes good now. All right. Okay, that's sitting, cooking, stirring. I got my plate. When it gets closer to time, I've got a few minutes, I will do that. I'm going to tell you the story real quick. My wife and I recently went on a road trip. We went and stayed in an Airbnb. I'll probably, I don't know, I might put that footage here on BigRobsVan. We didn't go in the van, so it's not really that, but we had a good time. And we went to this little antique mall kind of thing. And I just love antique malls, but the thing is, I don't normally like the things they sell at antique malls. I like, I like retro toys. I like vintage stuff, vintage toys and collectibles and things like that. I don't like, mid-century furniture is not for me. If it's for you, it's awesome. A couple of my friends are real into mid-century furniture. It just seems like a lot of these places, that's all they have, I did end up buying a giant 80s boombox, which is super awesome. I'm always a big fan of that. But anyway, so we had gone to this place. It was like this little hole-in-the-wall little place, and I really wanted. I'm going to check out my timer here because I'm paranoid. What if I oversteam? I'm not a pro at this. We went to this little local hole-in-the-wall kind of place. I wanted to buy something, but I was just like, and plus we're on a road trip. Like, I'm not going to buy a coffee table and drag it around the country, But in the corner booth, she had homemade salsa. She also had homemade spicy pickles, and I bought a jar of that too. I didn't bring those. I've been eating them around the house. But she said, do you like spicy or not spicy? I go, it could be the spicy. So this jar of salsa was $6. Homemade salsa, as you can see, I've not opened it. I have not tried it. And I got some chips. I should turn this light on too. Oh, okay, so I got some chips. I got salsa. I got tortillas. Man, this is coming up roses, as my buddy Rob would say. Different Rob. Well, let's take a look. Boy, am I impatient. All right. So now we are going to open this up. We're going to stir. I mean, this is not the world's best stirring spoon. I'm a big fan of, put it like that so you can see the contents here, because it's going to look just like that. I'm a big fan of going to, like when you go to fast food restaurants and there's plastic spoons, I always take an extra one. I just throw it in the van. Okay, let's reseal that. I mean, I'm going to tell you, it's pretty good right now. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, hey Siri, set a timer for 4 minutes. Now, move the chips here. Okay, we got this power strip. We turn that on, and that should give us power to the microwave, which it does. The microwave stays on all the time, you know what I mean? And so, I don't like to leave power on all the time. Put the little rolly wheel thing in place. That's always off. Put that on there. I should probably put this on something to cook it on, but I don't seem to have anything, so I guess I could put it on the plate. But I'm not going to. Okay. If only I had a light, except for it's being used as a timer. Okay, so I just started microwaving the tortillas. They microwaved for about 10 seconds, and then they, they're actually about 15 seconds. So they're warm and soft, but it kicked the breaker, it kicked a fuse or something on the power strip itself. So the battery is fine. The battery had no problem handling it. And literally the only reason why the microwave has a really short power cord, it has like a 1 foot power cord. And so I put this power strip, because it has a really long power cord, and so I ran it over to that. Oh. Fajita time, it's time for fajitas. Of course, I can hear chords and I'm singing a fajita song. Anyway, it seems it kicked, it tripped some sort of fuse thing in the power strip. So I'll have to take care of that at some point. But I've got a million power strips at home. I'll just have to find one with a slightly higher rating. But for the time being, these are warm. Oh, this is overcooking. I don't think it's overcooking. It doesn't cook per se, does it? I probably should have brought some cheese. Yeah, oh well. Okay, dang, these smell good, actually. You know, you could probably dress these up. Maybe bring some extra veggies, some cheese, some stuff like that. Those look a little too full, but you know, there's a lot in here. There's probably enough for multiple people here. I better taste test this. Okay, it's super hot. Not spicy hot, but physically hot. Better taste it again. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna seal that up. I don't know if does it keep cooking? I don't know. Okay, now what we're gonna do, as I block my light, is let's see here. It worked. All right. Let's try this. Okay. Spicy it is. All right. That's as fancy as this meal's good. You know what? It's not. Because I forgot two things. Number one, van life is just a series of shuffling things around. Okay, that's a stupid looking chip. Who makes a chip that looks like that? Looks like the flying nun. You know, I've seen a couple different van lifers, and they're always like, hey man, first bite's for you. Let me tell you, first bite's for me. I'm staying in a stupid van. You want the first bite, or come stay in this van? That ain't right. You're my guest. I should have offered you the first bite. Now I feel bad. I'm sorry. Not really. I'm gonna keep eating. Well, I'll get over it. Ow. That salt's freaking good. You know what? Least I could do is invite you to the table. If I'm not gonna give you the first bite, at least I could be a little polite and have you over at the first table here. Anyway. You know, I am not playing anything, but it just kind of hit me. Next week is Thanksgiving. If you only know me for the van life stuff and you don't know my long history, I've been a blogger for 25 years. I've been making videos, I've been writing, I write, I do all this different stuff, you know. So there's a lot of things, there's a lot of stories that if you're just now discovering me through van life, you probably don't know a lot of that history. But I'll tell you a quick story. many years ago, like 10 years ago, maybe even longer, but at least 10 years ago, I put up a blog post. And the reason I put up a blog post, I wrote this, is because I found I found out that a friend of mine had his parents had separated and had moved out of state, and his sister had passed away. I didn't even think about it. And I talked to him after Thanksgiving one year, and I was like, "Oh man, what'd you do for Thanksgiving?" And he said, "Nothing, man. I sat home alone. I didn't do anything." And it was just like the saddest thing. And here in America, obviously and when we're kids, we're taught all these things, about the Pilgrims and the Native Americans and all that, And then for the next 10 years, they teach us that didn't really happen that way. But so when you get older, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving in the sense that, we think about that kind of stuff, right? But what I do is two things. Number one is, essentially, I set aside some time every year for Thanksgiving, and I just think about the things that I'm thankful for. And I'm thankful for so much. I'm thankful for my family, my wife, my 2 kids, and I'm thankful, that I have a job, and I'm thankful for so many things. And over the years, I saved and saved and saved. And I had bought a spare car, a second car, and I ended up selling that car and buying a motorcycle. And I sold that motorcycle to buy this van, and I'm so thankful that I'm able to do that. And most of all, above the van, and I mean, not above my family and stuff like that. Let's not get crazy, but I'm extremely grateful that you have found me on YouTube, and that I have found you. This van life stuff, I've been hooked on it. I was hooked on it. I was addicted to watching the videos. I bought a van. I mostly converted a van. It's got work. I drive around, sometimes farther than other trips. Sometimes I have trips close to home. Sometimes I have trips far away. But I love all of this. I love going out in the van. I love every time I go out, I learn something about myself. I'm starting to learn a little bit about vans too. I'm learning how to do stuff. I mean, this wasn't hard, but yeah. So I'm thankful you're here. I'm thankful I'm here, and I'm thankful you're here. So with that, we'll do an amen, and we'll have our pre-Thanksgiving fajitas from a bag. Let's give this thing a try. I'm not gonna lie, it looks a little bit like dog food, but that salsa, man. All right. It tastes a little bit like dog food. No. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm thankful to have it. And I'm thankful you're here to share it with me. So, let's eat together. Except for, it's just mostly me eating and you watching me eat. So I think I'll do that now. Yeah, it's time for a movie. And then I gotta go find somewhere to park. God, I'm in a movie theater parking lot. I bet the movie theater's clear. I might be the only car here. Crap. I'm gonna have to look. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna, I'm kind of parked over this side. We'll take a look here in a minute. I need to do a light test anyway. So after this, we'll get out, we'll check the lights, because I got so many lights on. I got 5 or 6 of these puck lights on, and the TV, and the lantern. We got a lot of lights on, so we'll do a light test here in a second. We'll get out, and maybe I'll move the van around just a little bit so it doesn't look like I'm sitting in the same spot. And then a little bit later, we'll go find us a spot, find us somewhere interesting to park nearby. I'm thankful for you. I mean that. So as you can see here, the light test looks pretty good. Now, if you get all the way up to the windshield and look up, you can see this little beam of light coming over my blackout curtains. I will tell you, it looks much worse in this video than it looks in person. In person, you really have to get up to the van and look up to see the light. If you're just walking by the van, you will not see this at all. There's a little bit of a jump here, but what I did was I kind of pulled into this little no man's land, which is in between all the different businesses I was talking about, and turned around to face the movie theater. And I really just don't think anybody's going to bother me over here. There's just kind of nothing over in his parking lot.
Game on for this Rams defense. It gives up that 3rd and 10. And the Eagles back in the red zone. Gainwell inside. It is Gainwell to the end zone. Philadelphia touchdown.
So one of the things that I have been wanting to test is this battery that I got earlier this week. Now, this is a very special and unique battery. This is not a large, like a Jackery style battery. That's not what it is intended to do. This is the ES960 from EasyLonger, and what this is specifically designed to power your CPAP off grid. So as you guys know, I use a CPAP every night whenever I sleep, and that's something I have to figure into the battery that I have, you know, my all powers battery. Like I have to you know, watch how much battery I'm using and how much do I have left, because I always have to make sure that I'm saving enough battery so that I can run my CPAP. Well, this will alleviate that problem. If you want to get an idea of how big and powerful this battery is, there's a little thing right here that says not approved for taking on airplanes because this battery is so huge. I'm just going to show you the box here for a second. It tells you about all your inputs and your outputs. We'll take a look at it, but it does have a 12 volt output, so you wouldn't necessarily be limited to a CPAP, but this comes with all the adapters for all the common modern CPAPs, including the ResMed, which is the one that I have. $11.40. We'll see how long the battery runs. Good morning. We had some developments during the night. When I left the house yesterday, it was 72 degrees. I woke up a couple of times in the middle of the night. First of all, I woke up at 3 a.m. Exactly 3 a.m. is when the battery died on the CPAP. So it ran for about 3.5 hours. I had not only the humidifier on, but also I have a heated tube. So both of those things definitely will run down that battery. I will give it another test here soon without the humidifier and the heating tube. And but I do suspect that their numbers are pretty accurate, and that it would probably run for multiple days with those things turned off. Wow, what terrible lighting. Well, second of all, it's 5:30 in the morning. Like I said when I went to bed, it was 72. Right now in the van, it is in probably the low 40s. My thermometer, the batteries have died. But outside right now, it is 39 degrees. So I did not prepare for that. I woke up shivering in the middle of the night. I'd left my hoodie up front, so it was colder. It would have been colder to put it on than leave it off. But when I woke up just a couple of minutes ago, it's time for a haircut. Have I mentioned that? It's really time for a haircut. I put on my gloves. If you remember the last video, when I was showing things, I showed off my USB hand warmers. I pulled those things out. Those really kind of saved the night. I had them on for about, just 10 or 15 minutes, just warmed my hands back up. My hands were so cold, they almost felt like they were cramping. So yeah, did not prepare for the cold weather. I'm literally using a 0 degree sleeping bag as a pillow. So I definitely, I was, at no point was I in trouble or anything, I could have got in the sleeping bag. I did not bring my Mr. Buddy heater on this trip, which now I am regretting. I just don't have enough room in the van for everything. So eventually I'm going to redo the my excuse for a sink area. If you remember, I had the first thing that had a lot of storage. Now I have a sink, which I don't know that I've showed that much. But the sink was a sacrifice because I lost so much storage space and I never used the sink. So there's going to be a third, this porridge is too hot, this porridge is too cold. So eventually I will get the porridge just right. I think what I'm going to do is go sit. Oh, and also in the middle of the night my phone died. So my phone is on the charger. It's at like 2% right now, but it's enough to film. So I'm going to let my phone charge for a minute. I'm going to let the heater run. I just started the van. I'm going to let the heater run for a couple minutes and just try to get it where I'm not absolutely freezing because I want to make some coffee this morning and maybe make some breakfast if it warms up in here enough for me to do stuff. My lips are frozen. Look at this lighting. I look like an 80-year-old man. I gotta shave this off. I was gonna grow this out for the winter, but now I just look like a, I don't know, I look like I'm like 20 years older than I really am. Gray hair, man. Gray hair will catches up with you. Gray hair. All right. I'm doing the morning rambles. Let's go sit by that heat for a minute. Okay, so it's a few minutes later. The van is heating up slightly. It's probably in the high 40s, low 50s. It's still super dark outside, and so we're going to cook some breakfast and make some coffee. So let's get the breakfast started first. I'll put that there. I'm gonna need, what am I just doing my glasses? Glasses, important part of every breakfast. It's a twofer day. It is a twofer. This is scrambled eggs. They're going to be made the exact same way that last night's dinner was made. It is, by the way, it's 6:40, and some of these businesses open at 8. So the clock is ticking. Open package and tear notch. We know how well that went yesterday. Carefully add 1 cup of boiling water. Stir carefully and close. Okay. Wait 5 minutes. Stir again. Can you hear the wind? See the van shaking at all? It's windy and cold. Let stand for an additional 4 minutes. Okay. Carefully drain excess water from pouch. We didn't do that. Stir and enjoy it right out of the pouch. Well, we're not going to do that because we've got 1 tortilla left. So, let's see what Madame Ruby sees. Got our kettle, we've got our thingy, we got our measuring cup. I feel like I'm getting, I don't want to jinx this. Feel like I'm getting good at this. All right. Can't find my dinner plate. 8 ounces, 1 cup of boiling water. That's pretty close. All right. I was going to say I'm cooking with grease now, but I'm not cooking with grease. I'm cooking with, there's no way I'm going to do that with my left hand. And we'll do just a little bit more. I didn't quite fill that up all the way. All right. Whoop. Okay, I think that's less use of these, so we'll put those away in a minute. Let's put this. I like doing it this way so you can see the light. There's the light. Can you see the light? There's the light. And in a minute, we'll have egg delight. Yeah, buddy. These are the jokes, people. Well, that thing fires right up. I am getting good at this. I mean, you know, I didn't wash the dish last night, so it's got dried salsa on it. It's gonna have salsa on it again. Look at that. Look at that smoke. That's how it's cold in here. You didn't see it smoking last night. It's smoking now. Okay, at some point, oh, there we go. Hey, that one tore. That one tore, unlike the other one that I had to go all serial killer on. Do the old Macbeth stabby stabby. Un tortilla. I remember that from Spanish classes. Un and una. I took Spanish in 9th and 10th grade, Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. And I can order a beer and ask where the bathroom is. But that'll actually get you pretty far in life. Let's go to the old timer. That seemed to work pretty well last time. All right, now we've got our little 5-minute timer started. We've got our water, we've got our tortilla ready. Tear that quite far enough there. Told you, don't jinx it. But I mean, let's be honest. This is not rocket science. Although now I can't get it open. I mean, one thing about van life is, one thing about this mouth is I tend to stick my foot in it a lot. All right. Oh. I've never had this before. You see that? Oh. Oh. I shouldn't have done that. Why? Oh. Why did I do that? That was gross. And in the words of Shakespeare, shan't do that again. I don't think he actually said that, but all right. I think I threw the other spoon away, but fast food restaurant has come through again. Stir well, and I'm stirring it as well as I can. I'm not trained in the arts of stirring. Seal that bad boy up. Why did I start the timer before that? That was stupid. Now's when you start the timer, you dum-dum. Don't want to jinx this. Feel like I'm getting good at this. 5-minute timer. Let's see. don't know what else I have to talk about this morning. I really wish I had not eaten that egg thing, egg cube. Pretty good technology. Yeah, after this we'll make some coffee, have us a nice little breakfast, and then we'll hit the road. Oh, car alarm. Steering wheel, now we do the steering wheel, stir, stir, stir. How do you stir in a bag you can't see in? And I mean, oh, it does smell like eggs though. 4 minutos. I've never been able to do it. I don't have the right kind of nose to do this. What if I do this? This is kind of cheating. All right, that worked. Now, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some of that homemade salsa. A little bit of salsa. All right. I forgot to mention this is eggs and bacon. Well, I got one tortilla, so I'll put what I can on the tortilla. And I'll eat the rest out of the bag. Kind of tastes like eggs. Not too much salsa, that's okay. It's pretty good salsa. All right, breakfast. Probably not fit for a king, but fit for me. Got our little warm tortilla, got our little eggs, our salsa. The eggs are okay. I would say the bite. Somebody, oh, you know what? I was going to say the eggs are ice cold, but I just pulled the salsa out of the fridge, so probably it's the salsa that was cold. The eggs have a general. They remind me of eggs. Let's put it that way. Like if you were to serve this to me, I would go, I had some eggs once, and this reminds me of those. What it reminds me of is eggs at a Motel 6. That's what I would say. But hey, I cooked them. I mean, I haven't built a skyscraper or nothing, but I just put hot water in a bag and waited. But I did it. I did it. It was the first time a whole day pretty much I've had these dehydrated. I don't remember if these came. I said Cabela's, but I think they probably came from Bass Pro. Bass Pro is where we would have got these. So yeah, that worked. I'm getting good at this. Let's make some coffee. I can't find my coffee filters. I've literally left the coffee filters at home. I have the coffee, I have the hot water kettle, I have everything. And I left the coffee filters at home. Don't want to jinx us. feel like I'm getting good at this. You know what? I've got a Monster Energy drink as a backup.
I feel like you're getting good at this.
Shut up.
I don't remember this clouds in my head. Misunderstanding you, the things I said. Too much respect, too little patience. Keep spinning, grinding down the wheels of trust. Don't remember, I don't remember, I don't remember, I just don't recall. Don't remember, I don't remember, I don't remember, I just don't recall. I don't remember this clouds in my head. Misunderstanding you, the things I said. Too much respect, too little patience. Keep spinning, grinding down the wheels of trust. Don't remember, I don't remember, I don't remember, I just don't recall. Don't remember, I don't remember, I don't remember, I just don't recall.
Thank you for choosing McDonald from Vanlife.
No mobile app today.
Alright, go ahead and order when they're ready.
Yep, I need to get a Egg McMuffin combo with a large coffee, and on that coffee I need to get 3 cream and 3 Splenda, and then I need to get a second coffee the same way, large coffee with 3 cream and 3 Splenda.
Alright, is your order on the screen track?
It is.
Alright, 1032, thank you.
Thank you. I'm giving a shout out to Patrice, who bought me a coffee yesterday, and that's the coffee that I'm drinking today since I couldn't make that coffee. So Patrice, thank you for buying me a coffee. You can find a link to Patrice's Instagram page down below, and if you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can always go to buymeacoffee.com/BigRobsVan.
Hello.
Hi.
1032.
There you go.
Second. Here you go.
All right, thank you, friend. Oh, Patrice. My toes are cold. My fingers are cold. This coffee is going to be good.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. All right, thank you. Stay warm. Thank you, Patrice. It's hot. It's so hot. Thank you again for buying me a coffee, and thanks to all of you guys for coming on this adventure. Thank you to my patrons for following along. And by the way, my Patreon, if you would like to follow along, is free. There are pay tiers, and if you'd like to add a little bit of gas to this van or pay for, probably bail someday, there are tiers that you can sign up and financially support. But if not, and you just want to read my blog posts, more background stuff about all my videos and reviews and all kinds of stuff like that, go to patreon.com. There is a free tier, $0. Just sign up to that and you can read all my posts. All my posts are out there, but you do have to sign up, but you can sign up for free. So hey, thanks again. We are stopping by to pick up some supplies, and we are hitting the road to continue this adventure. Stay tuned for more videos from BigRobsVan. Oh, rocking the skillet. Oh, Halloween. It's all year long. I love it. Bye, everybody.